guys don't say anything, then I'll go ahead and intervene. But this conversation belongs to you and your classmates. Okay? So just remember that. So what's the purpose of doing a Socratic seminar?
The purpose of doing Socratic seminar is to achieve a deeper understanding about the ideas
About
and
ideas.
values in a text or a story.
Right, in this case,
It's
ideas, right? Okay, so what are some of the things that you want to avoid?
One of the things that you want to
You don't need to raise your hand, remember.
is cutting off classmates.
Switching topics before the conversation is over. Not participating. Being
One person at a time, remember. Yeah. You don't have to raise your hand.
Being rude to somebody's response.
Yeah, everybody can have a different opinion, as long as you are citing sources, right? Yeah, just
Switching
remember that.
topics before the conversation is over.
Not participating.
Off.
Alright, so let's say you were a little bit confused or you are not very clear what your classmate is saying. How would you ask to have him or her repeat?
It's not quite clear. Can you explain what you said?
Okay, let's keep on. Somebody already started first, so remember, make sure that you have to be a good listener. Can you rephrase it?
Can you elaborate?
Elaborate. One person already started. When someone starts, be mindful.
Can you repeat that?
Repeat that.
Can you say more?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Yeah, that's a very good one.
I didn't process.
I didn't process.
Can you say more about blank?
Yeah, can you say more about, let's say, judicial branch? We already said that. Alright, so let's go ahead and we pre-read this question. So let's go ahead and start with the first topic. So
Why do you think we have 3 branches of government? What was the purpose? Please cite textual evidence. I think we have 3 branches of the government because we don't want one person to have too much power than the other people.
I think it's because we don't want. It's like kind of like Skylar, what Skylar said, but they don't want the other one to have too much power, so which would feel like they're being controlled by that one person.
I'll agree with Christian and Skylar because according to the textbook, it says that they have different duties. It's not just the same duty all the time. They have different and like they share the power. So I agree with you and Christian, with Skylar and Christian. I agree with.
You have to speak.
I agree with Kamora, Christian, and I agree with Skylar, Christian, and Callie because, like Callie said, they all share powers like legislative branch. That they make the laws, and executive branch. It's part of the government that carries out the laws, and judicial branch is made up of the judicial branch is the Supreme Court, so they do share powers, so they all have equal powers, and everybody can like Christian said, one person doesn't have all the power.
Does anyone have other questions? Does anyone have other answers of why do you think we have 3 branches of the government? Do you guys think it's time to go into the second one?
Yeah.
Do you
think they equally share powers? How do the branches of government work together? Please explain. Cite
laws because maybe they don't want one branch to have all the power because then the other branches just feels like it just feels like one branch has like all the power and they're not sharing it equal.
I think we have. I think they should share equally powers because if only one person have all the power, it won't be fair.
How about one branch, right?
Yeah, one branch.
I think the branches must share powers to make the government work. Each branch also has some power over the other branches.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you agree with that?
I think they share equally powers because in the text it says that this keeps Congress from having too much power. So that's why they share equally powers. To work together.
I agree with Gio because each branch has their own power, like the judicial, that it has its own power, that it's the judge the Congress is the one. The president can subject laws, and that if Congress approves it, then it could become a law.
I think that the Constitution limits the power of each branch. The branches must share the power to make the government work.
I agree.
I don't agree anywhere.
Does anybody have any final comments?
Did anybody disagree with the answer? No one disagreed?
Wait, do you guys it says in the text that each branch also has some powers over the other branches. For example, the president can reject laws that Congress makes.
Do you think we should move on?
I disagree. I'm starting not to disagree because for some laws the legislative might make it has to go to the executive branch, which is the president, and the president might not agree, but they might want that law. So I think they don't share fair. They don't share equally power because.
But why do you think they don't share equally powers if it says in the text that they share equally powers?
They share powers equally.
I mean, really, like, if
Speak
say
up,
the
please.
legislative has a law that they like a good law, but the president doesn't want it. So it's technically up to the president to make the decision for that laws the legislative branch makes.
But it said in the text that Congress and the president, if Congress agrees with the law, they debate and keep sending it to executive branch and Congress, and until the president
Compromise, agree.
agrees.
So it's technically like it's kind of.
You can change your mind, you know that.
I do agree with Jill because they do debate until one of them agrees with the other, or they keep on debating until it's settled.
You guys all agree?
I think we've talked enough about this topic. Does anybody have any final comments?
I think how does the Constitution make the president and Congress share power?
Oh,
Page 185.
yeah, we just talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So then should we move on?
Yes, we should.
In your opinion, what is the best symbol of our country? Why?
I think it's the
I think it's the 13 stripes because the 13 stripes were the 13 colonies that the U.S. had.
I agree with Brian because the 13 stripes meant the original 3 states. I mean 3.
13.
Colonies.
Yeah, that's okay. Let him finish. Let's come on.
The original colonies where it started.
Why is that important? Why is that significant for you?
I think it's the Statue of Liberty because
Oh, we don't want to extend that?
I think it's the Statue of Liberty because it stands for freedom and millions of people have come to the United States to be free.
I think it's the California flag because the California flag has a grizzly bear and a red star on it. The bear is a symbol of strength. The star stands for power, and the red color of the star stands for courage. The white background of the flag stands for peace.
I agree with Skylar because the California flag is technically saying that we're not like a bad country, like we're not a bad state, that we're not always getting into wars, that we're peace instead of always.
Why is that significant or important for you?
So people could know our country is so people could know our state is a good place
Oh, the symbol of
to be
peace,
in.
And strength and courage.
strength,
So I
and
know
courage.
that we're strong and that we have where our state is full of peace and that we're always not in a war like another state,
Other state or other countries?
other countries
Uh-huh.
and stuff. That we're
And
The U.S. flag had 13 stripes.
Had,
Had 13 stripes for the 13 colonies that were controlled by Great Britain.
And how is that compared to current flag?
And the U.S. flag.
What about current U.S. flag?
The current U.S. flag has 6 stripes and 50 stars, and the 50 stars represents the 50 states that we have.
But how is that significant once again? Why is that significant to you?
They know it's significant. It's significant because each star represents one state.
Even there is a much changes.
I still think it's the California flag because
Okay.
they're saying that we're not a bad state and then other people can trust us instead of.
I think it's Memorial Day because Memorial Day, it's an important national holiday. National holiday. On that day, we remember the military men and the women who have died for our country.
I think 4th of July because it honors the day Congress did the
Declaration of Independence in 1776.
I think this is the day the United States became a country. Communities celebrate with parades, picnics, and fireworks.
So in your opinion,
So in my opinion, I think 4th of July is
In my opinion, I think it's